So I am waiting for the canning jars to boil for the correct amount of time, which I felt necessary to say was 40 minutes for quart jars. So these are quart jars, so 40 minutes, and they are boiling away over there in the giant pot that Steve loaned me. And I've been watching this video of Jane Roberts. First, it was an interview with her, like not channeling, and now she's channeling. And Seth, I don't know if those people out there who may be watching this know who Seth is, but she's Jane Roberts channeled this entity named Seth back in the early 70s and wrote some pretty seminal books. I say that with a little tongue in cheek because, this whole patriarchy thing. Anyway, I've been watching this and it's great. It's really good. But I just stopped it here and that red line won't go away, but it says, and you leave marks for your brothers and sisters to follow in their explorations. And this is something that came up after I had my experience in April of 1989. And I had also not really read much of the literature. I mean, I've always sort of been interested in occult sort of things, but I had not really read much about that before I had my experience, which was, I probably read more than Jane Roberts did before she had her experiences. But anyway, I've been watching this and it's great. And it's funny because like they're sitting in her living room and there are all these people like sitting around her. Usually there's a guy like over on the left side, to my left side. And there's this guy here also who I sort of have dubbed Legolas because he's got this really long hair. But every once in a while they'll just laugh, and it's not a malicious laugh at all. It's just and I can't even really tell what they're laughing at. Sometimes I want to laugh, but that's not when they laugh. So I've been watching this, and I was thinking, we're just these little beings in the midst of this ocean of beingness. And we try desperately to hang on to the stories that we tell ourselves and hang on to some sort of permanence. But I love watching this, and especially as a person who is, I'm 55. I'll be 56 in November, and 55, turning 55, and everything. I've talked about that before, but it was pretty intense. Even though I'm completely prepared to grow old, and well, not completely. I would just say that probably more prepared than a lot of people. That's all. But I am sort of fascinated with the whole process, and I watch it every year. I'm outside all the time, and I watch the seasons, and I know that my season is getting on toward fall and winter. So I feel like I went on a tangent there. I really did go on a tangent there because I can't remember where I started. Oh, well, yeah, we're in this like whole, like this sea of beingness. And we tell ourselves stories and we follow these trails within this beingness, but the beingness is so vast that any story we tell ourselves, any trail we follow is a deer trail. It's not a real trail, like, except when it is a real trail. And um, we, humanity, with all our storytelling, we have been leaving ourselves clues um, for how to get through this beingness forever. And those are our mythologies, which is what I was talking about on the video that I uploaded on September 2nd, I think. Yeah, September 2nd, just before Labor Day. We've been telling these stories all along to help guide us through this beingness, and it has been hijacked by certain agendas. But anyway, I just wanted to stop and say something about that. I think I'm going to go out to the garden too after I get Ananda up from her nap. She truly is a baby. We went to Binghamton today because I needed to get my my new debit card that never was sent out when it should have been, and then I'm living in a different place and I just had to go pick it up at a branch. So I had to wait for a Saturday, and I'd been without a debit card for 2 weeks, which is surprisingly difficult. So I was excited about that. And we went out this morning on this journey, and she has trouble in the car. She gets very anxious, but she's getting used to it. But we drove all the way to Binghamton and picked up my card and then went for a walk in the park, and then on the way home stopped at Johnson's Farm and got some mums or asters, and came back home. And she was exhausted. It had been like, let's see, we left around 10:30. We got back around 1:30 or 1:45, and she was just overwrought, just like a baby would be, and she is a baby. So she's been upstairs taking a nap, and I'm gonna go get her soon. And we'll go out to the garden and I'll just show you the garden, because it's a beautiful garden still, and it is worth looking at. It's just, it did get sort of decimated by the rains. We've had torrential rains, and probably a lot of just sort of mold or whatever, I don't know, but we'll look at it.